Happy Sunday, folks. Girl got her hair done. See, you don't see them edges or nothing out. That new growth was taken care of. So here, yes, I'm here. I said I was going to do a video. My next video is actually going to be about the whole Lizzo debacle. But before I get into that, I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday. You're at peace with yourself. Currently, I'm in my old neighborhood, downtown Silver Spring. I lived here. Actually, the apartment complex you see behind me is where I lived as a child. This is Falkland Chase, so I'm in downtown Silver Spring chilling. And I know I'm parked in the reserved parking for the handicap, but I'm here doing a video, so I'm not going to park and leave. Okay, so I noticed Lizzo has been receiving a lot of backlash since she and Cardi B released their collaboration called Rumors. It's gotten a lot of rave. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people were with it, digging it, especially those of the full figure community. And a lot of people, haters. Haters are going to always be everywhere. If you have positive, you're going to also have negative. People out here jogging. They out of breath. God damn, people. You out of breath with the dog's wearing your ass out. Anyway, so, like I said, we have a lot of pro-blacks who are against it because they're saying Lizzo, of course, she's been no stranger to being called a mammy. And a lot of backlash about her weight and she's carrying herself disrespectfully and this and that. And was it a week ago? She was on Instagram crying. Some people would say she was crying because people were calling her fat. She said she feels like she gives her all to people. And the world don't give her nothing back. She doesn't really care. It doesn't really hurt her feelings, but she was breaking down and crying. Now, Lizzo is no stranger to breaking down and crying on social media. She did this last year when she controversially decided to show up at a Lakers game with the backing of her dress cut out where you see her two giant large ass cheeks, and decided to twerk during halftime. And she was crying about that. And she said in this video, you can suck my pussy from behind if you don't like me. And she said last year, you can kiss my ass. Here's the thing with Lizzo. I personally got nothing against Lizzo. I like a lot of her music. I like the song Rumors. I like the theme. I like the video, especially how she used the theme from Hercules. If you are a 90s child, or if you are a late 80s, mid to late 80s kid like me, and you grew up in the 90s and you saw the movie Hercules, you know what I'm talking about. That's where she got the theme of her video from. And I actually liked it. I think it was very creative. I think Lizzo overall is a very creative person. She plays a variety of instruments. Her music, it's just not for one genre. It's for many genres. It's for many people of all creeds, backgrounds, whatever. I like her music. I mean, do I agree with everything she does with the whole twerking? I don't think twerking, in my opinion, is something she needs to do all the time, but whatever, that's her thing. My issue is with Lizzo is people say, oh, she's confident. She doing for our big girl. She's confident in her bigness. That may sound true. That may look like that on the outside, but on the inside, she's not. I don't think Lizzo is happy because she seems to do things, outlandish things, to seek some kind of validation from the world. And the thing is, she's trying to seek validation that she's not even given to herself. That's fine, you a big girl. There's nothing wrong with being that, because Jasmine Sullivan came out being a full-figured woman, a big girl, whatever you want to call it. She was mimicked and made fun of for years for being a heavier woman. Jill Scott. Look at Jill Scott. Jill Scott was talked shit about for being not only a thick woman, a busty woman at that, and having her natural hair. She didn't come out looking like a Beyonce. She didn't come out looking like a Foxy Brown or come out looking like a Lil' Kim or all these other artists out here. She came out with her natural, authentic look. And people weren't feeling Jill Scott for a long time. And they took a now everybody loves Jill Scott. Especially after her little microphone performance about 2-3 years ago. And people love Jasmine Sullivan. I think the thing is with Lizzo's issue is, I think her problem is she worries too much about little fish when she's a big fish. It's obvious that, yes, she claims she likes herself, but at the same time she falls in where she doesn't like herself, where she feels the need to be validated from others. And she does what she does. What Lizzo has to understand, I bet you she's the type of person that sits and reads every negative damn comment about her. Every negative comment about her. And she just goes off into a spiral. For one, it's evident that this lady, Lizzo and I are the same age. We're both 33. You know? And at 33 years old, she's doing quite well for herself. You're making records. You're making hits. You're on the charts. Why the hell are you finna to sit around and mess around and worry about people who are not even on your level to think about, to say something negative about you? You know what the Cat Williams said? If you don't have haters, you don't have shit. And what Lizzo doesn't understand is you need your haters. You need your haters. And you sitting up here talking about, I don't really care, crying. Yes, you do. You do care. You care because you're sitting out here crying. And then you're doing this unhealthy venting to social media. People out here that you vented to don't give a fuck about you. And this is the reason why I had to stop doing that. I had removed videos of me venting on social media. Because there are a lot of people out here that get off on you just breaking down mentally and emotionally for the world to see. So these people can come and take advantage of you and find your vulnerability. And that's what Lizzo did. Lizzo had a vulnerable moment, and there's nothing wrong with having a vulnerable moment. There's nothing wrong with crying because, you're a person. She's a human being like everybody else. She has feelings. Her feelings are going to get hurt, especially, this is a woman constantly ridiculed over her looks. And Lizzo is not an unattractive person. She's not. There's nothing ugly about Lizzo. But people feel because you got a little bit of weight on you. And I have a little bit of weight on me. I'm not the most trim person out here. I'm like people will say I'm not too big, but I'm like a size 12. But I'm not a very tall person, so that looks bigger on me. I'm not a super thin person either. But I like who I am. When I was very, 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 very small, people had shit to say about me then. Now that I thickened up over the years, people still have shit to say about me. More positive comments than negative. But of course there's going to be people negative that are going to pick you apart. And you have to realize, and I know it's easier said than done because I struggle with that too. You got to filter out what you want to hold on to and what you don't want to hold on to. And that's what Lizzo has not yet learned. And I think she did come out stating that she suffers from depression. And this is not healthy for her mental health disorder. And then for you to go and vent out on social media to people and cry and break down, you need to be talking to a therapist. You need to be talking to a clinician, somebody who is specialized to helping you. Because this is unhealthy. Okay, couple. You see I'm filming. Please go about your business. Thank you. This is not healthy for this young lady. And I would really hate for her to be pushed over to the edge where it's the point of no return from her. And a lot of us, especially in the Black community, we suffer with a lot of mental health issues. We suffer with a lot of things from our past. We're emotionally distressed and we need to take better care of ourselves. And I think Lizzo venting to social media and crying and breaking down is not healthy. It's neither conducive or healthy for her. All it's going to do is just attract more people to her to cut her down. Like this little ugly crater face bitch, Nicole Arbor, whatever the fuck her name is. All I know, the last time I heard of Nicole Arbor, the last time this bitch was even relevant, this bitch is crater face. This bitch has a face. This bitch has a face of crated cheese in a leather bag. Like Crystal Crave said, she has a leather bag face. She does. Bitch got fillers all in her lips. Her lips barely move. Her lips don't even look like they're full or plump. And then you got all these damn fine lines on your face, around your mouth, and all this shit. Like, she made a very condescending and antagonizing video about Lizzo. Oh, if you want to be fat, good. Be fat and happy. If you don't want to be fat, go to the gym. You know, there are bigger problems going on in the life. People are going and missing in Afghanistan and all this other stuff. First of all, Nicole Arbor, bitch, you don't give a shit about what's going on in Afghanistan. You don't give a shit about other women going missing in Afghanistan. Okay, one, I don't agree with Lizzo breaking down and crying and becoming vulnerable on social media. But two, bitch, you don't have no right to come for her. Okay? It's not even the fact that you called this woman fat. The fact is you came off condescending. You came off antagonizing. And you came off facetious. She wasn't crying. This is what she said. You're crying about being fat. She was not crying about being fat. That wasn't what she was crying about, dumbass. She was crying about the criticism that she gets overall from society. That is what she was crying about. So this is the problem with Nicole Arbor, with her washed up ass. I know very little of her, but when I did hear about her, I heard she was very controversial, like a very difficult person to work with. She didn't keep jobs for too long. She was fired from almost every job that she fucking had. Her career is fucked up. It's washed up. I don't find nothing funny about her. I remember back in 2017, she did a racist parody of Childish Gambino's This Is America, and then she put women in it, trying to be funny, and it turned out being some bullshit. And she got a lot of backlash for that fuck shit. She body shamed. She's notorious for body shaming people. Writing a letter called Dear Fat People. She's talked shit about black people. Made racial comments about black people. Nicole Arbor is actually Canadian. Not that that means anything. She's Canadian. A Canadian, what's it called? Comedian. But this woman apparently speaks when it's not her turn or in places that she has no business being. And I think as black folks, that's our fault for just inviting everybody into our circle where Cruella DeVille looking bitches like Nicole Arbor think it's okay for you to talk shit. Like, let me explain something to you, Nicole Arbor. Lizzo may be fat, but I'm gonna tell you what, she getting more fucking play and attention than your fucking damn half-dead looking ass, sweetie. You look like a fucking zombie. She's getting more attention than you will ever get in your goddamn life. You can't, for what I hear, can't even keep a relationship because you're fucking mentally unstable. And no man wants to deal with you, and that's good. How old are you, Nicole Arbor? You're like 36? You're like 36 years old. You're 36 years old, and you got the face of a damn wrinkled up anus. And you have the nerve to sit here and talk about Lizzo being fat? Yeah, she's fat, but she look better than you. Lizzo don't look her damn age. You look like grated goat cheese. Grated goat cheese, sweetie. And you look crated. Your face has a bunch of craters in it, just like probably the rest of your body. Probably that old flapjack pancake ass of yours has craters and cellulite all over it. And you want to sit here and talk about somebody being fat? Why don't you get fillers in the rest of your damn face? How about that? Better yet, why don't you do something with that sagging ass damn turkey neck that you got? Okay? Lizzo may be fat, but she ain't got no sagging ass neck. Like, Why do Karens like that feel they have the need to come and talk shit about black women? And then for some black people to actually co-sign it. Okay? She wants to be fat, she say fat. I don't think the problem is that she's fat. She may like who she is. That doesn't mean she wants to be made fun of constantly because of that. She may like her size. That doesn't mean she needs to be scrutinized and made fun of because of it. Okay? Nicole Arbor, you're possibly half retarded. Do you want somebody to constantly keep making fun of you because you're half retarded and that you have mental health issues too? You wouldn't want that. So why make fun of somebody's flaws? You know? Why make fun of it? You know? Me. I'm not cross-eyed, but I have one eye bigger than the other. You know, where my eyes look a little unfocused. I like that about me. It's a trait. I have no choice but to accept it about me. That doesn't mean I want to be ridiculed constantly because of that. The problem is with people like Nicole Arbor, you're irrelevant. And what you did, you jumped on this Lizzo bandwagon so you can become relevant. It's not going to boost your dead career as a washed-up comedian. It's not. Now, do I agree with everything Lizzo does? No. Sometimes she does hoish shit that needs to be called to attention. And this has nothing to do with her being a big girl. The whole her twerking at the damn Lakers game last year, last year, was inappropriate. People got their family and their children. There's a time and a place to do fuck shit, Lizzo. And you gotta understand that. Ain't got nothing to do with body shaming. There's a time and a place for shit. You can like being a big girl. You can like being, just like I think anybody, depending on what size that they are, should like who they are. You should be happy with who you are. But there's a way to carry yourself at times. There's a time and a place for that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, Lizzo needs to lose some weight. She can do whatever the hell she wants to do. I just hope she's healthy and I hope she's happy. My thing is this with Lizzo, she needs to stop paying attention to little damn fish when she's a big fish. You all the way up here, these people talking shit about you, they're not even going to make a little bit. They're not going to even make 5% of what you make off of records, off of hits, off of being on the chart. So why do you care? And I know people say, well, yeah, it hurts your feelings. Why are you sitting here constantly looking for people to say negative things about you? Why do you even entertain the thought of that? It's sad. Why do you care? These people, I'm not going to say you don't need them because you need your fans. Your fans make you, okay? And these people, even your haters, make you. But the fact is with Lizzo, there is a mental health issue. And she is seeking validation. But you can't seek validation from others when you won't give it to yourself. You won't even give yourself credit. You won't even give yourself credit. You sitting out here crying over what people who you're never going to meet or people that are never going to meet you got to say about you. Fuck them. Who cares? What you need to do if you're under a lot of mental distress, you need to retreat away from social media. But venting to social media about your problems is only going to attract more idiots. Like the bitch I was talking about, Nicole Arbor, whatever the hell. You're not even that important for me to get your goddamn name right. You ain't shit. You ain't shit, chick. You don't have shit. So sit in Canada, whatever you say in Canada. Eat your Canadian bacon. Say A and mind your own business. Okay? And that's no disrespect to Canadians at all. I'm not disrespecting anybody, but you're in Canada, so mind your business and stay in Canada. And do you. And just stay out of people's goddamn business, okay? Nobody asked you, Nicole Arbor. Nobody asked your insensitive ass. Okay? There's a time and a place, and what you did was pick on a woman, a person who was having a tough moment in her life. And you thought that was your talking point to go tear someone apart. No, that's very weak of you. And I've seen people on there, oh, Lizzo, what's her name? I listened to the Crimson Care. The Crimson Care, I listened to some stuff that she said. Some stuff I agree with. Like when Lizzo was talking about one time being called a mammy.